morning from Geneva. On today's Red Talks, we're going to be joined by our friends at Rakuten Viber, if you haven't noticed from the introduction, as well as the Croatian Red Cross. It's a big day for us. We are celebrating an official partnership. So before we get started, I wanted to ask the audience, do you use Viber? Are you on Viber? Are you using the app? If you are, let us know in the comment section below. Also, if you have any comments or questions along the way, please go ahead and make your comments in the comment section. So let's get started. I want to introduce Petya from Rakuten Viber. Hi, Petya, how are you?
Hello, good morning, Melissa. I'm very well, thank you. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Do you want to give yourself a quick introduction?
I will, of course. So I'm based in London. I work on our business development activities. I manage all the global partnerships and the Western European growth. I've been with Viber for 5 years now, and I gotta say, with every partnership, I'm still excited when it launches. So today it's a very special day because we are announcing our great partnership, and really very happy to be here and talk about that a little bit more and share some news about it. So thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, thank you. And Neil, you want to join us? How are you this morning?
Hello, everybody. We're doing great. I'm doing great. We are currently in the middle of a small simulation for our new emergency operations center. So it's kind of worky here. That's actually not an adjective, right? So
that's the correct terminology. Worky, yeah.
We got it.
So thank you for having me. We're very glad to be here.
Cool, thanks for coming. So we also have Derek, which is on our IFRC team. Derek, do you want to give yourself a quick introduction?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. So nice to be here. My name is Derek Seger. I'm the Director of Communications for the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, and super excited to be launching the partnership with Viber today.
Awesome. So, as I mentioned, we are launching the partnership with Viber. Really exciting. We have some awesome new stickers, which you guys just saw the video that was played before we came on. I included a link in the description. If you're watching on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, you'll see the link there. You can click it to go ahead and download those stickers and start using them right away. So I wanted to start off quick with Petya. If there's some people that might not be using Viber, maybe you can give us a quick introduction. What is Viber? Where do most people use it? Yeah, go for it.
Of course, my pleasure. So just a little bit of just to top you up on what you said a little bit earlier. Also, the audience who watches on the Viber community, the live stream there. So there you go. So in terms of Viber, we are a messaging platform. We're globally present. We have a little bit more than 1 billion global users. So you can imagine our user base is quite extensive from all over the world. But we have, of course, least strong and much stronger regions as well. So we are very strong in the region of Central Europe and Eastern Europe, Middle East, North Africa, the CIS region, so Russia, Belarus, and the countries nearby, as well as some pockets of Southeast Asia. So if you're tuning in today from these countries, there is a high chance that our audience is actually using Viber quite extensively. In these markets, around 65 to 95% of the audience there, of the people there, actually use Viber. So that's a good amount of users. And then when you go a little bit further to the Western Europe and like the Americas, we're not that strong there. So for the audience who is tuning in from there, most probably they're not that familiar. But for them, I'm just gonna say that we are such a cool and fun app, and I'm not saying that because I work for the brand, but just because we really do have fun tools and interesting tools for organizations to actually utilize. We are now 10 years old. So for the first 5 years of our life really on the market, we were revolutionizing the way people communicate between each other. So we introduced stickers, messages, instant videos, instant voice messages, instant memos, and so on and so forth. So all type of expressive tools for people to communicate between each other, get together and like share thoughts and communication with their loved ones. But when it comes to the last 5 years, so like the second part of our kind of live on the market, really, we also decided to grow a little bit, both as a team and as tools and as things that we can offer to our audience. And the last 5 years, we also had tools for brands, organizations, and partners to utilize. So all type of content producers. And this is why we're all here today, because once we made this step to grow further into these tools, we actually managed to invite such live organizations like the IFRC to join Viber and reach out their audience and digitize the communication a little bit further. So I think that's that about Viber.
That's pretty good. That's a really good introduction. Thanks so much. So Derek, I wanted to ask you, so what do you think, what is the most exciting, what are you most excited about for this partnership? What's different? What's new? Why is Viber so exciting?
Well, so we were introduced to Viber through the Croatian Red Cross, one of the national societies of the Red Crescent Society. You know, so it's one of our members, and they've been using it very successfully in Croatia. And so to communicate, you know, with their volunteers, with their supporters. And then we said, hey, this is also something we should really look at a global level, you know, given the success in Croatia. So what I'm really excited about here is that really our number one priority for IFRC on social is to really be present where other people are. And join their conversations. And I think for too long, you know, people said, oh, you need to drive traffic to your website, or you need to drive people where we put our information out. But actually, we really need to flip it upside down and say no, we want to be where people are and where they are having their conversations, and see if we can join those conversations and provide information and support there. So we started with our first community on Viber, and in no time, we have something like 170,000 followers. So it went very, very fast. But what I really love also about this particular opportunity with Viber is that they are often also in places where, you know, some of our followers and supporters and volunteers are not using some of the more traditional social media apps, you know, like Twitter and Facebook. And so it's a really fantastic way to make an inroad in sort of Russian-speaking markets and in Arabic-speaking markets in the Middle East and North Africa. So I think there's a lot of potential, and we've only just started.
Awesome. Emil, I'm going to come to you next, but first I want to thank all of the people watching from all over the world. Right now, we have people watching from Bangladesh, Indonesia, Philippines, Jordan, Turkey, Tunisia, Somalia, Mozambique. Comment in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout out. So Emil, Croatian Red Cross has been on Viber for a while now. You have introduced it to us. So tell us, what have you learned from it? What do you like most about it?
I mean, we have used Viber for 5 years now. It's one of the most popular IM or communications channel in Croatia. First, we used it as a mean of communication between us, different members of the Croatian Red Cross in the floods. And it was great then. And now we discovered communities. And through our campaign in last December, in 1 month, our main Viber community became our largest communication channel.
That is impressive.
Within a month, we had like 26,000 people, which for Croatia is really good. And we have used communities in different ways since then. We have our own close communities that we use for coordination with different branch managers, which was really priceless during the COVID crisis, because we could enable the flow of information in real time, make it less formal, less official, and more direct. And that resulted in our branch managers feeling more included. And they felt that they had a louder voice within our national societies, and that their problems would be heard and solved, which was on a psychological basis and an organizational basis, it was really important, especially during those times. We also, some of our branches use it for informing people about blood drives. This is Viber communities, especially one-sided, are really GDPR friendly, because there's no personal information that you can gain about people that you don't already know.
Can you break out that acronym GDPR for the listeners?
General Data Protection Regulation. It's something that's that's one of my duties in the Croatian Red Cross, so it's near and dear to my heart. Although near and dear is probably not the correct term. It's really a pain, but so it's a really good way to inform people about inform people about the blood drives that are planned, and also to conduct quick polls about which blood types are present in your group, so you can expect what response can you expect from the from that community. And we are still discovering new things that we can do, and really we are really happy with it.
Awesome. That is really great to hear your insight, because we really look to you and to see how we can grow as well. So let's go back. Petya, I have a question for you then. What do you see in IFRC and Croatian Red Cross and all Red Cross and Red Crescent societies joining Viber? Why is it important to Rakuten Viber?
Right. So when it comes to partnerships, we approach things a little bit differently. So we work with partners with whom we can see a fit. We can see a fit in their strategy. We can see a fit in the way that they work with partners. We can see a fit in their activities, in general. So one main thing here is that we are both global platforms. We are a messaging platform that is globally available, and you guys are also an organization that is globally present, but also we both focus on local activities, and we understand that local peculiarities and local specifics needs to be addressed in a local way, right? So in that sense, we generate partnerships with organizations that are both global, but also have local presence. So we had like a very good match in that sense. Mm-hmm. And this is also being showcased by the audience right now. I mean, you mentioned Bangladesh and Tunisia and Turkey and Europe. It's literally all over the world. So that's something that we really appreciate in you guys, and we're really happy that we can kind of scale this campaign on not only a global level, in English, but also with local languages, with local information, local content for all the people out there. So this is definitely a great thing that we started with. And the other thing we really do care when it comes to partnerships is the great content. So I work with content producers from different verticals like celebrities, media, sports teams, influencers, festivals, all type of content producers, and that's great and that's amazing. And people want to have such kind of content. They want to consume this kind of information from their favorite artists and favorite content producers, really. But in the same time, it's very important for people to become more active in organizations and support a little bit more, volunteer a little bit more, kind of, as they say, give this 5 cents back, right? So that's something that we also do care a lot in Viber, and me personally as well. So this was also a great fit, to kind of help you guys reach out to new audience, reach out to our audience, and help them kind of get more involved in your activities and be a little bit more better, to our world, and build a better tomorrow all together. So as big as this sounds, and maybe as cliche, it's actually true, and we really do care about this. So we found these two fitting kind of points, and
I feel so touched, Petya. Thank you. Derek, I'm going to come to you. I have a question about, speaking of content, about the content that we post on there, but we have more people that have joined. Thank you for watching. Nepal, Croatia, Palestine, Madagascar, Palau, Kenya, Lebanon. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing your time with us. Join our community on Viber. We would love to see you there. Let's post a link, if we haven't already, to our community then. So Derek, speaking of content, we earlier this year launched a campaign called Spread Facts Not Fear, in which we are combating misinformation on COVID. What do you think? How do you see Viber playing a role in that campaign?
I mean, it's an absolutely crucial way to reach people for us. And that's, I think, so we're starting the partnership agreement, the partnership formally today, but actually we've been working already for months together. And it came at exactly the right time, right? Because the COVID pandemic is really affecting everybody. So you really want to reach everybody in one way or another. And there's indeed so much misinformation going around about treatments or about the best way to protect yourselves and your loved ones. So to be able through Viber to be active on a platform that people use in the most personal way, right, to connect daily with their families and with their friends, to share on that same platform, the correct factual information about how to protect yourself from COVID is absolutely crucial to really make a very concrete contribution to stopping this pandemic. And I love that, that we can be part of that conversation. We create sticker packs as well. So if, you just, that your mom is going to work, or your father is going shopping, and you just want to remind them, that, oh, you should wear a mask. So, and you send, a quick sticker, with the mask to them. And so it's a sort of a fun, but at the same time super effective way of directly kind of inserting yourself in those private conversations. So I think it's a key tool in combating the pandemic.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm actually going to, Petya, I'm going to ask you questions about one last question about stickers later on, but I want to ask Emil, you touched upon this earlier about connecting with volunteers via Viber. Maybe you can talk a little bit more about that. Why do volunteers like using Viber to connect with the Croatian Red Cross, or what do you like about it?
I mean, I've been using Viber privately for, I don't know, 6 years now, and the stickers are awesome, and you can use them to say so much more than just by texting. Well, as they say, a picture says 1,000 words, right? And we've used it for a lot of our branches. Our branches do most of the communication with volunteers, because they're our operational units, and they use, some of them use Viber regularly. It's a quick and easy way to organize, to communicate, and the age barrier, because we have some elder volunteers, is not a thing with Viber. We've actually personal experiences with older branch managers or relatives, for that matter. They all learn to use it really quickly. So the time that you need to introduce it in a community as a way of communication is really short. So it's I have positive experiences all around.
Awesome.
As for volunteers, we are currently redesigning the entire way, the complete way we are communicating with our volunteers, and Viber is definitely going to be a big part of it.
That's great to hear. Like I said, we're going to learn from you and how you speak to your volunteers. So Petya, like the burning question of the session, what makes stickers so effective?
Oh, wow. Well, I think actually Emil made it quite clear. A picture is 1,000 words. And I'm going to add to that a sticker is 10,000 words, because you can not only embed in your conversation and just like add the image of it, but there is also expressive tags. There is like a tag to it. So there is like also an expression to it. And once you add this to your conversation, it really stresses on what you want to achieve and what you want to say. And it really changes the tone of voice of the communication, because you know that sometimes when you're messaging, you cannot really express properly the tone of voice or how you feel about certain things, or when you're making a joke, or when you're trying to be extra gentle, extra caring, extra nice to your partner or your friends or your family, right? So in these cases, stickers really do help to properly express yourself, and they really do send a message across. That's one thing about them. And another thing that usually people find quite interesting when I share with them is that stickers are not being used by teens and tweens mainly. Quite the opposite. They're being used quite spread evenly between all the age groups, but even mainly by young adults and even adults, like in the final, stages of the adult life. So it's quite interesting to see that actually every generation, every gender, every person can find themselves in a sticker pack. They can, kind of utilize a sticker pack in the way that they talk. So this is quite nice. We have literally hundreds of thousands of sticker packs on Viber with different characters, different colors, in different languages. As I said, local is very important for us, but also globally available as brand stickers as well. So this is why the stickers are so expressive, and it's quite interesting to see that recently, or in the last few years, quite a few organizations or quite a few messaging platforms, even social media, try to introduce this feature. But for Viber, the interesting bit is that we have always been sticker driven, to put it like that. So stickers were encoded in our DNA even in the first year of our operations. And in the beginning, there were only stickers for people to express themselves. While these days, we also work with great organizations like you guys, which can create their own sticker pack with their own tone of voice, their own messages, the industry specifics, some specific slang or taglines that are being used, and to kind of send the important message across. I'm very proud of our sticker pack, I gotta say. I don't know if we have already shown it to the audience, but it's going live just today. And it's extremely beautiful. It's so inclusive. That's another thing that we really do care about in Viber, and we also found a fitting partner in IFRC's face. So they're super inclusive, all type of ages, different type of races and genders as well, which is I just really love them. I just really love them. I think your designer did a great job, and I'm looking at the results.
Big shout out to Val, our designer who worked on them. She made a huge effort to make them as inclusive as possible. Sorry, I don't know if I cut out there, but she made a huge effort to make them as inclusive as possible, because that's really how we are moving forward in all of IFRC's design work, is everything being inclusive for different learning abilities as well as for genders and races. So we're making sure that we made sure that that was also relevant within the stickers. So slowly, let's close up here. I'm going to hear quickly from Derek and Emil about what's our future on Viber. What do we see as the next step? Derek, maybe you want to start?
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, within just 3 months working with Viber, it's already one of our, platforms with the largest number of followers. It's incredible how quickly that went. So, I mean, I would love to see further expansion, with potential other languages, at the global level, but at the same time, also at the, making, more use of sort of local and smaller communities as well. As you know, but maybe some of the people who are listening in don't, we are the secretariat of all the national societies of the Red Cross and Red Crescent around the world. So they are national societies in 192 countries with something like 14 million volunteers, 500,000 staff. There are something like 165,000 local offices. So we would love to offer this this platform to our national societies, so that at the national level, but even at the local level, right, for a local branch in a specific city, that they can use it to inform their volunteers and their supporters, to organize things through I think there's an incredible amount of potential that is there. And another thing, the last maybe thing also to mention is, now we're focusing very much on, on the COVID pandemic. Obviously, we have a lot of other major crises and things, going on in the world, and not least climate change. So, if I would love to use for, global awareness and campaigns on climate change, we could use this, but also in general health advice. Red Cross is a very trusted brand around the world. So now we give health advice on the COVID pandemic, but obviously there's so much other sort of health advice and tips and things you can share with people. So I think we've just started, and Petya, I'm looking very much forward to working with you closely on that, and with Emil and all our national societies.
All right, Emil, let's hear from you. What's next? You said you're building out a really strategic way to reach out to volunteers through Viber. Is that the future of Croatian Red Cross on Viber?
It's one of the things that we are planning. We have currently a few campaigns in the works that we are trying to use stickers in an informational, educational way through, as you did with masks. We are going to put some other things from the Red Cross portfolio into stickers. So to insert good advice and good practices into communication. And there's so many features that we haven't tried yet, like chatbots, or we are experimenting with voice reports also. So it's also a quick and easy way communicate in times of in emergencies. So it's yeah, we're experimenting and learning and finding new use cases all the time.
Awesome. So I did want to also make sure that everybody that's watching, we have a channel that's going to be that's live already in English. We also have a channel in Russian and Arabic as well. So please make sure to take a look on Viber to check out all of our communities. If you speak Russian or Arabic or English, please join there, or also any other language. So let's, I guess, say our goodbyes. Thank you so much for joining. We're really excited about the future of this partnership. And we're going to show at the end, we're going to show right now the stickers again. Again, the link to download them is going to be in the comments section. But any last words from you all, Petya?
Oh, I'm just very excited about this, guys. And I think we're building up on our previous campaign, which was quite successful. I don't know if you guys have did a live around that, but we had a campaign around Blood Donors Day a few months back. And this is where we actually kicked off kind of like a soft launch of our activities. And we saw great results and quite a few 100,000 people getting the sticker pack exclusively, and more than 500,000 messages were sent from the stickers. And why is that important? It's not just the numbers, right? It's just about, think about all the people who got the topic of blood donation on top of their mind. You know, even if we had inspired 10, 20, 50 people to actually go and donate, that's still a huge win. So yeah, I'm very excited about the future, looking forward to the next launches. And as Derek said, there are quite a few things we can do around, you know, healthy living, wellness, proper keeping fit and keeping active. So I'm just looking forward to our next steps, really. Sky's the limit with us, guys.
Any last words, Derek?
I mean, I just want to second what Petya just said. I mean, we have only just started, and it's already such a success and so exciting. So it's also I really want to learn from this, right? To see how people are using the platform and then respond to that to really, you know, give them the kind of information and the tools and the stickers and the exciting opportunities that that they respond positively to, and then just keep on experimenting and not to forget expanding, because I think really this has so much potential. I'm really looking forward.
Definitely. I mean, if you're watching and you have your own organization or you have your own company, I think this is a great learning session for you as well to hear what's working for us. So we'll turn to our expert, Emil, on Viber. Is there do you have any last words?
No, I actually agree with you guys. It's gonna be very interesting, and we are very excited and very proud that we can reach out to such a large number of people through this partnership. And thank you guys for including us, and it's going to be really fun.
All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining. We're going to close out and stay on to watch the video of our stickers. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Melis. Thank you, everybody.